So hello everyone, I am Amit Sharma, your mentor for this free cybersecurity certification course, and we are on day 10. So first of all, sorry for the delays. Okay, I'm not posting any sessions from the last few days. The reason is I am quite busy in the preparation of the third year anniversary of NetGuardians. Okay, and we successfully celebrated that on a grand level with our team. Okay, so now I have some news for you, some alerts for you, okay, related to course. First I will finish all that alerts and then we will move to the main content. So what I have to inform you, I have to inform you that I'm till now I'll regularly posting all the session on this channel, okay, on this English section. Okay, but from few past days I am getting a good response on the Hindi channel, on which I was less active because I'm not getting the responses, but now I'm getting the responses from their students are asking for the regular lectures, regular sessions. But it's quite hard for me to record the both sessions in a one day and then work, do the external work related to the organization, then take the paid batches. Okay, then figure out the things related to the projects, upcoming projects, running projects, and then family time. So it's quite difficult for me, it's quite a busy schedule for me. So now what I decided, I'll take 3 lectures in a week for both the channels. Okay, I'm not going to stop the things, I'm going to take the 3 lectures for a week, for a whole week, on both the channels. Now how I will divided that, so it was like something, mm, Monday and Tuesday and Friday. Okay, these 3 days I will post the session on English channel, that means on this channel, on English, that means on this channel, okay, on which you are watching this session. And the remaining 3 days I will post the sessions on Hindi channel, and on Sunday is our official week, official leave you can say, okay, official holiday. But on Sunday you have to do a small thing, you have to check out all the sessions which we saw in a week. You have to take a quick recap and check your uh, check your knowledge, how much you are remembering from the session and how much you have to recall again and reread again. Okay, if you are forgetting something, some concept, then just go through it with the help of the sessions we upload here. Okay, so this is the small notification I want to give you to all, so that you will get some clearance, some clarity, like how we are gonna to move ahead for our whole course again. Okay, so today is day 10. Till day 9 we studied concepts related to footprinting, scanning, and recognizance. Okay, so in these 3 things we just discussed about the information gathering, how to gather information of an organization, how to gather information of an entity or an company, okay, and structure and person and personality, how to gather the information. But now we are moving to the vulnerability assessment. Okay, vulnerability assessment. Now what is vulnerability assessment? Okay, so let's start the lecture. What is vulnerability assessment? So basically vulnerability is a, it represents a term weakness. Okay, hope you all know what is weakness. Okay, weakness is something like very less secured part of a system, on which if you attacked one, you have a large number of skill, large number of possibilities to get succeed. It's known as weakness in a system. Okay, so vulnerability scanning is basically an automated process to detect the vulnerability. Okay, vulnerability means a weakness in a system, in an organization, in a person, okay, or in an entity. Now why we need this thing, why we want vulnerability, why we want to know the weakness of someone? Okay, So the reason is, if you know the weakness, then there is a huge chance you can harm that, you can perform your activity, you can exploit, okay, you can exploit your attack on it very easily. Okay, so vulnerability occurs from many types, like misconfiguration, then sometimes the coder, sometimes the developer didn't work seriously, didn't solve the bug seriously. So due to that reasons, the vulnerability occurs in a system, in a code, in a project, in a application, in a website. Okay, something like that. So vulnerability is used by ethical hackers and penetration testers also to get the full access of a system, okay, and gather the information deeply about the system. Okay, now hope you are getting my voice clearly. Actually, I'm not that much okay. I have bit cold. Okay, so I'm trying my best to record this session. Okay, the goal through vulnerability is to identify the weakness of a system before you done the attack. Okay, now if you know how you can harm the system very badly, if I know I can harm you by punching you on your nose, then what is your weakness? Your weakness is to get punch on your nose. What is my benefit? I know that if I punch on your nose, you are gonna to lose your control on your on your body. Okay, you are gonna to suffer lots of pain to recover that. Okay, so it works like that. I know your weakness, I'll harm you badly. Okay, so but as an ethical hacker, what you have to do, you have to find the vulnerabilities and report it to the main company or main organization and say them to fix it. Okay, and if you are a member of that organization, then you have the work, you have the responsibility to fix that vulnerability and make the system more secure. Okay, so this is all vulnerability. Okay, this all is vulnerability. Let's move ahead. Now, as I said, we saw the scanning and vulnerability assessment. Okay, like what I meant to say, we saw the scanning till our session 9, day 9. Now we are moving to the vulnerability assessment. So let's do the comparison between scanning and vulnerability assessment. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what scanning does? Scanning scans and identifies the open ports and services running on the system. As we saw, the port number 21 FTP is open or not. If this is open, I am able to send the malicious file and try to get your cell access. But while doing the vulnerability assessment, I have to identify known vulnerability. Okay, first suppose there is vulnerability known as XL, sorry, XSS, uh, XSS script. Okay, SQL injection, SQLI. Okay, and some of more. There are known vulnerabilities already predefined by the IT, like predefined by the some organizations. You can say ISO, IEE. Okay, these type of some organizations already predefined that vulnerabilities. Okay, which is the very which is very important vulnerability. Okay. Okay, so especially most of the vulnerability don't have their names. What they have a code, they have an identity like CSV. Okay, CSV, then the year of vulnerability when it get found in a system, and then something okay, the year in which when it get found, and then the code, something or some random code, let me suppose 2106 and something like that, 226 or something 06 as we can assume. Okay, this type of random code. Okay, so this is the thing. I'm getting the notifications. Okay, ignore the notifications, focus on the lecture. Okay, so vulnerability has this type of identity instead of the name. Okay, now to move to the next point, surface level information. If we gather the information doing through the scan, so it gives us the surface level information. It gives you the version, port number, and the basic details. But if we exploit the vulnerability, okay, we are able to see the deep security flaws, deep security analysis of a system. Okay, uh, because when we exploit it, we are inside the system. Okay, vulnerabilities are like open doors. Okay, if you are able to escape that, if you are able to enter from it, you are inside the system and you have a chance to see whole detail in depth. Okay, next, scanning is fast and it's very basics. Okay, but vulnerability assessment is risk scoring activity. Okay, for doing this you have to know the risk management. Okay, you have to know the CVE inside, which I told you about here. Okay, you have to know CSV and CVE insides. Okay, and sometimes if you explore the vulnerability, exploit it, okay, it's also known as bug. So there is a field in cybersecurity known as bug bounty. Okay, now what bug bounty does? Okay, so in bug bounty you have to found the vulnerability in a system, you have to exploit it and you have to fix it. Okay, if you done these three steps, otherwise else if you done the above two steps, what is that? To find the vulnerability and to exploit the vulnerability. And the third step is to report the vulnerability to the respected organization. By doing these three steps, you are gonna to get paid. Okay, the organization will pay you something for your work. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's move ahead to the main next content. Now, which type of vulnerabilities we have? Okay, so we have network based vulnerabilities. Okay, for that we have to scan the devices and services using tools like Nessus and OpenVAS. Okay, then we have web application scanners detect flaws by Acunetix and Nikto. Nikto is more famous, more popular than this one, and most used also. And in this next, Nessus is more used in compared to OpenVAS. Okay, then third one is database scanner. Okay, which scans the Oracle and MySQL database. Okay, of a application of a web server. Then fourth one is host based vulnerability scanners, which scans the operating system software. Okay, operating system flaws, software flaws, something like that. Okay, so these are the types of vulnerability. Let's move ahead. Common vulnerability categories. Now, how the vulnerability occurs in the system? Okay, so there are some common ways. uh, Misconfigurations. Okay, while creating the system, while working on a system, some type of misconfiguration is a way to create a vulnerability in a system. Then unpatched software. Okay, basically unpatched softwares are some vulnerable software which is not gonna to get fixed in future, but they are gonna to get regular updates related to that. Okay, for example, Windows 7. Okay, Windows 7 has lots of vulnerabilities and it's not gonna to fix, but Windows gonna to provide the updates related to that uh, vulnerability so that the system might be safe. Okay, but there is a less chance of this thing. Then weak SSL and TLS or no encryption while doing the work on your system, while doing some type of modifications in your system, you are not encrypting your things, your data. Okay, then web app flaws while creating the app. If you are using XSS, SQLI, CSRF, so while working with this some languages with database, you are not double checking your commands, double checking your syntax, double checking your codes. So might be there is a chance your code is working properly, but it is vulnerable. Okay. Then the next one is data exposure. uh, which is debug info. When you debug your details, your modification information, your logs, basically when you work on that system previously. Okay, it might be affect, and it might be give the hint to the hacker. Okay, it give the hint to the hacker the system is debugged a while year ago. You have a chance to perform attack on it, and you have a chance to get the details. Okay. Sorry, as I said, I have a cold, so it's common. Okay, now let's see what is CVE, CVSS, and NVD. So CV is common vulnerability and exposure. Basically, it's an ID card for a vulnerability. As I said in a previous slide, vulnerabilities don't have their name. They have a code, a random code which starts like CVE slash the year in which the vulnerability get disclosed and get found in a system. For suppose we found a vulnerability in this year, and then we have a random code 20 something like that, 21 and something. I am adding 0101, I don't know why. Okay, then what is CVSS? It's basically a score. It scores a vulnerability by severity. Okay, basically it's a score between 0.0 to 10.0, and when you check your system, you do the assessment. Okay, vulnerability assessment, it gives the score in between your system, like for suppose your system get 0.5. Okay, no, sorry, it's very less. It's very less. You got 5.7 something. Okay, for your system. Now let's see the level. 5.7 is between medium. That means your system has the medium vulnerability faults. Okay, the chances of getting hacked by the vulnerabilities which your system have, it's medium. So like that, we have some categories. If your system has low chances to get hacked by the vulnerabilities, so it must have to be 0.1 to 3.9. If your system have a medium chances to get hacked by the vulnerabilities, so it must be in between 4 to 6.9. And if your system have the high chances to get hacked by the vulnerability, so it's shown as a high, which the ratio differs between 7 and 8.9. And if your system has the critical vulnerabilities, then the CVSS score is between 9 to 10. Okay, now what is NVD? So NVD is basically National Vulnerability Database List, which contains the CVS and CVSS ratings of a software system and operating systems and something like that. Okay, all that stuff. So basically, it's a database which contains all the details. As I said, vulnerability don't have their own name. What they have CVE codes. So this database contains all the list of CVE's codes. Then what is the rating of that vulnerability? How much chances he has to get hacked by someone, by hacker. Okay, let's move ahead. So popular vulnerability scanners. Okay, so Nessus is one of the scanner, network and web scanner, which is paid, but it gives you the detailed CVE scan. Okay, then OpenVAS, there is a tool, network and web bits work as same as Nessus, which is free, open source and community supported tool. You can use it for free, and it has a open source tool. Okay, then we have next tool, Nikto. Okay, Nikto is a web based tool. Okay, it's a CLI. You can use it in your CLI in your terminal. Okay, and it scans for the outdated web apps, outdated softwares, so that you can, if someone is using, your victim is using that, you are able to exploit it easily. Then we have the last tools, Acunetix. Okay, which is a web based tools again, but it's a GUI based automated scanning. It scans the things automatically and gives you the results. Okay, so hope you are clear till yet what we studies. If you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask me in the comment section. Do your like, to the session, show your support. Okay, drop your comment if you love the sessions, are if you are like um, what can I say, okay, if you are following all the sessions, if you are attending regularly all the sessions, then drop heart with ng in the comment section. Okay, then let's take some real world glimpse, real world examples of in which the vulnerability assessment played a major role. So first is Equifax breach. Okay, we'll hear that name a lot. Okay, uh, okay. So sorry, so sorry for that. Okay, so Equifax breach has a missed patches. Okay, see the vulnerability, the CVE code is like this. Because of that, the Equifax breach caused the data leak. Okay, so if you want to know more about this, then you can search it on your internet. You'll get the details on a Wikipedia or something, some websites. Then we have WordPress plugin attack, in which the attackers attack on it with a SQLI, okay, outdated plugin. Okay, that means the software is outdated and the organization or the company is still using that, not updating on it. Then we have Zoom exploit, old version allowed webcam access. If you are using the old version of Zoom, then it allowed the webcam access to anyone who can access your system. Okay, so let's move ahead, move to the next slide. How to mitigate vulnerabilities. It's very tough to say in just one flow. I don't know why. uh, okay, so regular updates and patching can drop the issue. To have vulnerabilities in your system, apply the principles of least privileges, follow all the privileges to prevent your system safe from the upcoming vulnerabilities and attacks. Use firewalls, IDs and IPs. Okay, monitor relevant CVS regularly and monitor it. It's related to your system, it's related to your configuration or not. Then conduct regular internal scans and employ awareness. Okay, if you are working in an organization, so see your higher authority to take a awareness program on vulnerability scanning. uh, do the regular internal scans. Okay, so that you will get some idea and your employee will get the awareness related to the vulnerabilities. Now, so the summary, what we learned today. So we learned the vulnerability scanning. What is the vulnerability scanning? How it differs from vulnerability assessment? We get a bit details about the tools like Nessus, Nikto, OpenVAS. We understand what is CVE and what is CVSS. Okay, we saw some real world cases, and we saw how can I mitigate, how can we mitigate the chances of having vulnerability in our system. Okay, so that's all for the day. Okay, we are winding up here. Before this, you have an assignment to do. Now see, I will show you the assignment here. Yeah, see, you have assignment, um, assignment of day 10, sorry. Okay, in which you have to choose any one vulnerability scanner from this all from these four options. Then you have to write a short report, tool name, type of scanner, key feature, what kind of vulnerability it detects, it is free or paid. Okay, an example of how it's used in a real world security testing. You have to cover these points in your report. I'm giving this because I want you to do some self study from your side, so you get more idea about the cyber security field. Okay, in this field, if you're learning from your own, then there is a no better mentor for you. Okay, you are your own best mentor. We are just guiding you to study. We are not teaching you, we are just guiding you how to study. We are just helping you to understand the concepts. You have to do your whole study on your own. Then you have write a report in a PDF format or in a TXT format, then upload it here. Then you have 5 MCQs based on what we learned. Okay, and then you have to send it, you have to submit it. Okay. Quizzes, as I said, you will get the link in the description or in a pin comment. Then what we will see in the next session, not tomorrow. Okay, I have to write here, it is not tomorrow, it's next. In next session we will see the live practical demo of vulnerability scanning. We will use some tools from Nessus, OpenVAS. Okay, if I got a chance, if I got a time to record the deep lecture, then I will use both of the tool. Otherwise I will show you the scanning through one tool. Then okay, that's all for next lecture. Prepare your system, prepare your Kali or whichever tool, whichever operating system you're using for the okay. So thank you for your time, thanks for your hearing me, thanks for attending the sessions. If you attended the full session, like the session, comment the session. Okay, comment ng with heart. And if you have any doubt, reach me on Telegram, reach me on Discord, reach me on Instagram. Whenever you want, I will respond to your doubts. Okay. Okay, if you don't have any doubt, comment heart with ng and show your love to us. Then remember one thing, find the flaw before the flaw finds you. Okay, so this type of some lines, some motivational lines you have to remember in your journey. Okay, so that's all for the day. Share the session with your friends who want to study cybersecurity, who want to become a cybersecurity expert in the real industry and want a certification also for free. Okay, so like the session for sure, don't forget to like. Thanks for your time, thanks for hearing me. That's all for the day. Keep learning, keep growing, keep hustling in life. We will meet in the next session.